Okay guys, welcome to day 6 of the 0 to 1 million in Forex funding series. The series where I'm documenting everything each day, each week from 0 in funding to 1 million. Nobody's done this before and I'm going to be documenting my wins, my losses, the lessons learned, everything from 0 to 1 million, so stay tuned. So guys, welcome back to day 6 of this incredible series. We're about to have the live webinar with the community that I'm in. We do it once a week.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome. How are we all doing?
I don't mean to get in now. I mean to rush an entry and take something mediocre.
So guys, webinar's going well. I'm just going to ask a question to the main guy, my mentor in this community. And the biggest problem that I face, I'm going to ask him this, is how I struggle with identifying mediocre setups. So when there's a high quality trade, I always take that. When there's a low probability setup, I can quite clearly write that off and avoid it. It's those mediocre trades that you could argue are there, but they're not perfect. There's this negative confluence, but then there's this positive confluence. And it's these ones that sit in the middle where the consistently profitable traders tend to avoid. And I struggle with that and have struggled with that. So we're just having a 2-minute break, getting a coffee, but I'm going to come back and ask him that question.
James just said, in my opinion, is what separates inconsistent from consistent. Now, James, I haven't looked at a lot of your technical positions, right? However, one thing I want to point out is when you say something like that, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you're thinking it's a technical issue, when in my opinion, it's probably a process and patience issue. Now,
also, quick one, guys. If you haven't liked, comment, or subscribed, I'd appreciate it. I think 65% of people that watch these videos aren't subscribed. So if you could help me out just by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it'd help this video, help it get out to more people, and we can show my journey and what it's really like to try and get funding. A normal guy working hard every day to try and get funding. And I think this is what the industry needs. So yeah, let's get back to the video. Appreciate you guys. So guys, webinar done. Fantastic session, so productive. What he said to me was, it's probably a process or patience issue and more psychological. He hasn't seen much of my technicals, but I've said to him I've been trading within the community before, and I was talking about my trades in general, and he was saying, I think your technical ability is there. It's a process issue of having a systematic approach and being patient. And I explained, on weeks like this where you're very... I've just started this challenge day by day and I've been not taking any trades. You want to take trades. As a trader, naturally, you want to be involved in trades. And he was saying 90% of people that are successful in trading tend to sit on their hands, be patient and wait. But it's hard because psychologically we want to be entering trades. So I said sometimes I'll see a setup, and because I haven't took a setup for 3-4 days, I'm sort of itching to get into a position, and then I sort of talk myself into it. So he was saying it's more of a psychological issue, so I'll work on that. I've been trading for 6 years on and off. There's been lots that I've done wrong, and I realized I haven't wasted 6 years, but I could have done things a lot differently, which is why I've decided to document and put it on YouTube, because I can say about my lessons, my experiences. I mean, there's going to be things that you can learn from that I did right. There's also going to be things that you can learn from that I did completely wrong that I would avoid. So if you're just starting, you can avoid those pitfalls. And the biggest thing was, even in this webinar today, identifying the mediocre setups. I couldn't understand for a while why I was losing or having negative 2% months or negative 3% months, because I was trading my plan. I was trading the system. I was trading what I've been taught. And I was never really active in the community a couple of years ago when I was in a similar community with this guy, but a different company. And I couldn't understand why I was losing. I was thinking, is trading a scam? Does it not work? Why am I losing when I've been putting in this effort? I finally know I can understand the technicals. I can understand, what the strategy is and how it works. But why am I losing? Why are they up 4 or 5% and I'm down 3%? I couldn't understand it. So instead of actually being productive, I was a lot younger then. I sort of just tried to do it myself. And that's why I wasted a lot of time, because I ended up not being able to, I would never really ask questions like I did today in that webinar. I would have just sat there and listened. But I asked him directly what I'm struggling with. And now he's helped. And now I've realized it is these mediocre setups that I've been taking. So guys, let me break down today what I'm looking at. I had a few more on watch than he did. And that's probably the mediocre setups again. It could be a quieter day again. I thought it was going to be busier today. It looked like it. The volatility was coming into the markets. But again, a lot of these setups are mediocre. Guys, coming into last night, we did have quite a few pairs on watch. I said in yesterday's episode we're going to have a lot of more opportunity today. We do, but again, they're not high quality, and I have to look for high quality. For example, this Australian dollar, we're looking for some kind of breakout retest. The daily looked quite nice, overextended at this key level, looking for a quick long for that day. But this is just not clean price action, as you can see. I like the fact that we were trending down. We have technically broke above this high, but what I would be looking for is more of an aggressive breakout. This is sort of like a fake out, and then we've sort of slowly come down, but we want to see it progressively come down to our area, then continuation. Euro, US dollar CAD, sorry, you can see what I've drawn out. I'm liking the deceleration. The doji candle from yesterday were overextended, as we've been for a while. So we are due some kind of pullback at some point, but we'd be looking for some kind of breakdown retest, looking for a clear trend change. At the minute, you can clearly see we're making higher highs, higher lows. I'm liking the deceleration on this daily, again, overextended from around about 1st of October, so start of the month. Just been going down gradually, a couple of positive days, but for the most part, really negative momentum. But now we've started to stall. 1, 2, 3. 3 days, could be a 4th day. And at this point, as you can see, we were waiting for some kind of shift. We've been going down. This is where the traps can occur. People look to get in here on the initial trend change retest, looking for that continuation. As I said before, these are the trades that are gonna probably, and I was tempted to take, and that I need to not think about taking, because I need to look for higher quality setups if I'm gonna not have as low strike rate. And that was my problem in the previous challenges. So some kind of change, clear breakout, clear direct momentum to the upside, then a gradual pullback, then continuation. The only thing I was going to take was this. This looked perfect in terms of lower time frames and higher time frames. So this is the type of time frame I'll be looking on those Australian dollar pairs and New Zealand dollar pairs. Look, we've clearly been trending down. We then sort of broke out, we've been ranging, but now we had clear movement to the upside, a clear new high. So then we were looking for a pullback to the 1 hour 50 and 4 hour 50, which sometimes lines up with the pivot. We have rejected the pivot, but the pivot wasn't directly in line with that. And then looking for the continuation, which we've got the continuation, but I couldn't enter here because we're not rejecting the 1 hour 50 or the 4 hour 50, which means the stop loss, the risk reward's going to be completely messed up. And we've already had a couple of days into the run. But in terms of the lower time frames, this is what I'm looking at. Clear direct price action to the upside, like concise price action, as opposed to just little fake outs or breakouts. Like, I didn't take it here because, again, although this would have played out to the upside, it's not clear, it's just ranging. It looks just like a range. There is going to be lots of development for the rest of the week, especially going into next week. And also there's a lot of news this week, with non-farm payrolls tomorrow and some other high impact news. So have to be careful. Euro US dollar moving nicely again, predicting a daily directional prediction to the upside, which we've got correct. We just didn't pull back far enough, which can happen. We pulled back to the pivot, but as I mentioned, we didn't pull back to the 1 hour or 4 hour 50, which is where we like it to reject. Nice that our daily time frame's playing out, we just couldn't get an entry. So guys, it's getting to late afternoon again. Again, I don't think there's going to be too much now. It's been a really quiet period, and like I said, I want to be trading. I want to be showing you the positions on the 100k account. But this is what trading is. A lot of you'll find that when you're sat there at your screens, you're either wanting to take trades every day, which you shouldn't necessarily be taking. Obviously, it depends on your style and your system. I take day trades, I take hybrid day trades, hybrid swing trades. But at the minute, it's been a slower period. But what usually happens when you have a week of slow price action, this is the time where it's developing. And then next week, you have a lot more opportunities, which will be ready to take. So yeah, I appreciate everyone watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. I mean, the subscribers have been crazy. You guys have been liking, commenting. It's been fantastic. So I do appreciate you all a lot, supporting the journey. A long, long way to go on this challenge yet, but we've preserved capital. We've been waiting, which has been rectifying the mistake of taking mediocre setups. By now, I probably could have took 2 or 3 trades, and I would have ended up being down 2% or 3%. So in some ways, it's a positive that I haven't been taking trades that aren't there. But again, you want to be involved in positions, and I want to show you guys. So, but yeah, that's day 6. Hopefully tomorrow's Friday, day 7 of the challenge. We'll see. It's non-farm payroll, so it could be volatile. But again, if there's opportunities, I'll look to take them. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at about 6 p.m. Appreciate you guys.